What up, you dead nerds? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Haunting at Bly Manor review. That's us. We're doing the review. Would you care to say hi, darling? Are you perfectly splendid?
It's not even Flora.
It's not. I was wondering why she kept saying it so much.
Well, you don't remember when they did the flashback on Rebecca and she kept saying perfectly splendid?
Yeah. But at first I was like, oh, she picked it up from her.
She's like mimicking her.
But she's saying it a lot. So today's episode didn't give us all the answers we wanted, but it gave us one big one. But before that, how did you enjoy this episode?
It was the scariest one, I think.
Scariest one? I think it's the saddest one.
Yeah.
I don't know about scariest though. What part
They're all
scared you?
pretty sad. The faceless boy is pretty scary to me.
You just don't like things without faces? Like
yeah, I don't like
without
that.
faces?
I don't like that. He seems sweet though.
Yeah, I mean he's just a child. I can't imagine him being anything but. Yeah.
There's a lot of spirits in that house.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. That's another thing. I mean, like, we learned a lot of little things, but we didn't learn anything big. We learned one big thing, unlike the other episodes, where, like, there's a couple of things happening. And, it's, like, the side story in this one, we only learned, like, some stuff. It's all little minor details that we learn.
Like what? What are they?
What?
What are they?
The minor details? You know, about...
What did we learn? What was the big thing that we learned?
Oh, how the parents died.
Oh, yeah. Well, not...
And why they died. We learned how and why they died. So this is going to be a major spoiler. I try to leave everything ambiguous while also giving information, but I can't really skirt around this one. The uncle that originally hires our new au pair, our new nanny, he's partially at fault for everything that's happened, for them even needing an au pair. He was having an affair with his brother's wife. And he is Flora's biological father. Yeah, he's the biological father. So that sucks. The husband found out 6 years after the fact, but he did eventually find out. And they got into a fight. Blah, blah, blah. He's kicking the uncle out of the family.
Banished.
Yeah.
So
banishing them from the family. And then him and his wife went on another honeymoon to try to reconcile their marriage. And they died in India.
Somehow. And there was an accident.
There was an accident. And they all died. Both of them. The two of them. The pair died.
It's sad.
And somehow the uncle has now this evil spirit version of him following him around.
It's like the devil, his devil version.
It's like, you know, in cartoons, they have like the angel and the devil. It's like the evil one of him is just life size. There's no, it's like the middle part of him is gone, the human part, you know, that doesn't understand. And it's only the good and the bad. And the good side is just like a coward.
Yeah, he's the one that's been calling the house. He wants Flora to answer. Flora residence.
Yeah, so that's one of the minor details we found out. The phone calls we've been talking about earlier that we thought were Peter were actually the uncle really, really wanted to talk to Flora, but being too terrified to talk anytime anyone else answered. We found out why Flora's been acting strange. Because she also is getting possessed by the old au pair. Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Miss Jessel.
So basically Flora and Miles have just been Rebecca and Peter.
Yeah, pretty much this whole time.
We haven't really seen their true
It's
personalities.
like 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad, to be honest. But that's how the show's going. It ended very strangely today. I will say that. I will say this episode did end more ominous than the last ones. The bulk of the story was the uncle and Flora both going through their mental problems with the ghosts and to what's happening. And Flora's going through the same thing that our dead maid, Mrs. Gross.
She probably like reality slips.
Yeah, reality's just
Like
slipping
memories
away.
where she randomly pops into like
memory.
different memories.
But that's because she's getting possessed by Rebecca. So that's not the same reasons as Hannah. But yeah, so it's just been them two this whole episode. And the end of this episode was awful strange because poor Danny, she's finally connecting with the gardener on a more serious level. I don't know. If anyone knows the name of the gardener, let us know. We keep forgetting. But they're finally connecting and they're getting together more often. That was like a side story. That really didn't mean anything. We got a little bit of background on the gardener. You know, she had a really terrible life and it was really rough and very sad kind of stuff. Who's that? Hey, Gira. You want some pets? You want pets, sir? Pick them up. Give them to me. Nope. Come here. We're doing a show. Come here. Want to be in the show? Punk. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so we're getting a little more detail, a little tiny bit more detail on the gardener. Was that what? Tell me what you thought about the episode. I like when you talk. I like when you talk about the episode and what you think. I like your thoughts. I want to hear them. What were they?
I thought there was a lot that happened. It was a very.
It felt like there was a lot that happening, but it really wasn't. We didn't really get much.
Felt like we did though, because I thought, like, you know, like Danny saw Rebecca.
Yeah, at the end of the episode.
At the end of the episode, and she gets knocked out. But
I'm saying the whole rest of the episode. Yeah, we haven't even talked about the ending yet.
I would have never guessed that Henry is Flora's mom or dad, like
Yeah,
biological dad.
Yeah, I didn't guess that either. That wasn't one of our predictions. I'm not surprised though. Like, it doesn't shock me. It's not like a big twist in the story, in my opinion.
Not like a big twist. I just didn't, you know.
I felt like they wanted it to be bigger though. I felt like the way they were leading up to it, they wanted that to be a big, shocking twist. Like, sleeping with his brother's wife. But
yeah,
it wasn't that big of a deal, to be honest. It was like, okay, this is just connecting a plot hole, not like, oh my god, this is what's actually happening.
Yeah. Just explains why he's so distant.
Yeah, it's really just showing why he doesn't show up or answer the calls or talk to them at all.
He has guilt too.
He has so much guilt. Yeah, he's a lot of guilt, and it's driving him up the wall. Like, he wants them to be safe and happy, but he wants to pretend his brother's still alive too, and that everything's okay, but it's not. Yeah, it's survivor's guilt. It's what it is, basically. You have anything else? Think of Flora and what was going on with her? Did that shock you at all?
I mean, it did
that
like
was the
shock
biggest shock to me.
Because I knew that Rebecca was like possessing her, but I didn't know it was to the extent of like every time she like blacks out, it's because Rebecca's possessing her.
That was the biggest shock to me.
I didn't know that Rebecca was actually possessing. I just knew that Rebecca like was always in the background wherever Flora was, like
like following her around.
Yeah, I didn't know she was actually getting possessed though, which I guess we should have guessed because.
Well, she's the most normal one. To be honest, in the show, she acts the most normal.
Rebecca? Yeah.
No, Flora. Like, even in the early episodes, we were like looking at Miles. We were looking at Miles and like, that kid acts strange for a kid.
Yeah, and then we're just like, oh, Flora's just unique.
Flora's just a little girl. Like, she's full of energy and life. Say hi, boo. Say hi. Say hi. You know, kisses. Say hi. She got a new sweater vest. You see it? She gets cold.
She's so chic.
She's so fancy.
Come here, boo.
She's an old lady dog now.
Come here, boo.
Wanna go? No? Yes? Okay. So yeah, the episode wraps up with the kids getting possessed by their respective possessors and leading Danny up the stairs and
Into the attic.
into the attic where Flora finds the no-face kid and knocks the heck out of Danny. Is she dead? Does she die here? Everyone seems to be dying.
Yeah, does
No
she
one
die
knows.
here?
No, I don't think she dies here. I don't think this is where she dies. I think they just knock her out. I don't know how they're going to explain it and how everything happened. But she
Yeah, I
freaked
don't
the hell
know.
out. That was a good jump scare though when Danny walks in and sees old Rebecca sitting there on the bed. That was a good jump scare for her. You know, like that was a good scene. I think they did a good job there. But apart from that, yeah, those the episode's not a whole lot to talk about today. However, it's a good episode. Like I'm not gonna like say
It's
this was
a good midway point, you know.
I just think it was the saddest episode so far, in
Poor
my opinion.
Flora.
This is like just the saddest, most heart-wrenching episode for me personally. You thought it was the scariest so far.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That attic, that whole house is really creepy.
That's a big ass house.
That's a
We also
big-ass
found out
house.
where the uncle gave Flora the nice house replica. That's where she
It's a
got it
birthday
from.
present.
Yeah, it was for like her 4th birthday or something. So that model hasn't always been there, surprisingly enough. I thought that was like something that came with the house, but it wasn't.
Ooh, breath is stinky.
The little boy might be the reason why it acts like a TV because we saw him playing with it.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, like because when
That's why
Flora turned over, he turned
Turned
him
the
over.
floor over. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's him controlling it.
And it makes sense now. Like I thought the mini house was a part of the real house, you know, somehow. But then when they showed us
Like
that
the
it was
house was almost possessed.
yeah, but then they showed it was a present, and I was like, oh, this just makes more questions. And then they showed a little boy playing with it. I'm like, okay, I can go with that.
He's the TV controller.
Yeah, so cool.
Where's
Alright.
his face?
I don't know.
Where's
He's forgotten.
all these people's face?
They're the forgotten. The forgotten have no face. They're slowly fading away.
Where's Hannah going? She's slowly fading away.
Hannah? Yeah, her mind is going nuts, though.
Well, she's dead.
She's been dead the whole time. The whole time she's been dead. She hasn't recently been dead. She's been dead the whole time. Since day one.
Does Owen know she's dead?
I think Owen's dead.
Oh, he's dead too.
I would assume.
Is the gardener dead? I don't think she's dead.
I would assume that they both died in that car accident. Remember?
Christ.
Yeah. Oh, revise on a possible way that Rebecca had died. I believe maybe she was murdered by Miles. Because
He's actually Peter.
Yeah, who's possessed by Peter. Because Peter's a jealous SOB, and I believe he thought, if I can't have her, no one can. Because like it shows him being that possessive. I can't believe I didn't think about this yesterday. But we'll find out. Gesundheit.
And they did do that whole glue trap thing, so
Yeah.
that would be more plausible.
Makes sense. Makes sense. No, it's so sad. Just fine. All right. Peace out. Love you, squad. Have a good night. Love you guys. Say bye. Say bye, Blue. Say bye. Say bye, Blue. Bye, squad. Woof, woof. Peace out.
You tired, Boo?
I'm full.